Right, I get this question asked a lot in the comments down below about slopestyle bikes. Can they be used as an enduro bike or a downhill bike if they have one? Also, another question is, I want to buy a slopestyle bike. Can I use it for cross country, enduro and downhill? Well, to be honest, I've never tried doing that because it's purely just for slopestyle. It's a full suspension bike, so you would think that there's going to have that, you know, suspension element, so it's going to be a little bit more comfortable out there on the trails, but it's stiff bike. It's meant for big jumps. But I'm out here at Bike Park Wales, and it's got abundance of trails, from ranging from cross country to big jumps to gnarly sections, muddy sections, rocky techie sections. So I'm going to put this bike to test. I'm going to try and answer a few of your questions and see if you can actually do all of that riding on this bike out there. Right, before we get into all the challenges, a little bike check for you. So 26-inch wheels, slick tires, high rolling tires, not very grippy for mountain bike trails. It's a short wheelbase, short travel bike, and it hasn't got a dropper post, so there's going to be a few challenges out there that are going to be quite difficult, especially when I come to some steep terrain, because there's a very steep head angle on this bike as well. So let's get out there and do these challenges and see what this bike can do and can't do. Oh, this is the first challenge. Pedaling, climbing. Can this bike climb? Oh, I'm gonna find out. It's got one gear. And it's a big old pedal up this hill to the top of the trail. Right, okay, the verdict on the climbing situation. First challenge, not good at all. It's a one-speed bike, so it's quite hard, specifically for going quite fast on certain trails, or get your speed out there. And you can't mount gears on this bike either, so that's a big downfall. And it's not built for climbing at all. Head angle's so bad, you got no dropper post. It's not built for it. Let's carry on to the next challenge. So if you're at a place where there is an uplift, definitely use it, because it's gonna probably get you to the top of the hill quicker, and you're gonna keep all that energy for the shredding down. So let's go and test this bike out on the trail and see what it's like in rough stuff, some downhill stuff, because I've only got one brake, it's wet, and I got some slick tires, so let's do it. Okay, that was a bit of an easy one, because I do know that this bike is capable of hitting like huge jumps such like these ones, but it does lose a bit of speed, especially on the little G out there. I had to pedal for the last one, but it felt good. Head angle's a little bit steep. I'm running one brake, so when you want to slow down for stuff, because this does carry a bit of speed after a jump, it's a little bit sketchy because I haven't got two brakes to slow me down that quick. But let's move on to something a bit more mountain bike, a bit more traily. Get this bike a little bit out of its comfort zone, put it to the test. Right, so I'm riding this section of trail right here, and I'm trying to ride it fast, but it's so sketchy trying to ride it fast because it's so twitchy, but it's fun. It adds a little bit more of a different element out there on the trail, because I'm not used to riding a slopestyle bike in the woods, but it kind of works-ish. It's fun for a day, I think, but riding it every day, it's gonna be super hard. Oh my gosh. Well, I've just done like a walkthrough of this bit of trail right here. It's deep. This is technical. This is the technical challenge for that little slopestyle bike. It just drops down. It's like a step, and a big G out at the bottom. Here we go. Let's try it. Oh my. Oh, I am not doing that bit. That's super tech. Right, this route, so I've just done that bit and that was gnarly, but this is a trail called Rock and Roll. It's a black route, so it's quite scary and gnarly. And this section now, there's loads of rocks like this, so it's, with my slick tires, I'm just gonna be slipping and sliding. And I got one brake, and I'm gonna make sure I stay on trail, because if it got off, there's boulder field and trees, so let's have a go and see if we can actually ride it on a slopestyle bike. Oh man, I'm pretty nervous, to be honest, because I've only got one brake and I've just seen Neil go down it and he looked fine, but slippery and scary. Right. If I dab, I dab. I'm not going fast. It's not a race. Oh, wish me luck. Oh my hell. Oh my hell. Oh my hell. That's horrible. No, that's not slopestyle. That's horrible downhill. Like 8 inches of travel, not 110 mm of small travel. Right, this next challenge is technical rough sections where you're gonna need suspension. Well, I've got suspension, but doesn't really work that well because it's more for jumps, not for like plushness. So I'm gonna try, and this trail's called Deep Navigation, so I'm gonna try and navigate through this quite gnarly rock garden, try get through it, then come out with a verdict for you. Right, so the verdict comes to this is not very good. That's super out of its comfort zone, out of its territory. Rock gardens, it's got suspension, but it's not built specifically for this sort of thing. It's built for jumps and it's stiff. Even though I've let out some pressure, I've made it softer and made my tires softer as well to give me that extra grip. But it's so hard. It's my whole riding position totally changes. I move super over the back end of the bike just to keep that bike in control and bouncing through, while ping-ponging through that section. So yeah, it's not built for that, that's for sure. Right, so there you go. Can a slopestyle bike ride mountain bike trails, such like this one at Bike Park Wales? The answer is it can slightly, but there's a few bits where I walked up to it and I was like, I am not gonna ride that because that's just too gnarly for this bike. And it's not going to be comfortable, and I'll probably come out of it worse off, so I wouldn't recommend it, but I can do it. But I would rather buy a bike specifically for the trails, and I'd rather buy this bike for the slopestyle and all the dirt jumps and all the tricks as well. But if you want to see another video and you want to know what this bike is all about, click just down here, right down the bottom, what is a slopestyle bike? And then up here for what is dirt jumping. Click that, and don't forget to click this little globe right here and you'll subscribe and you get another video every day of the week. Don't forget, if you love this video, give it a thumbs up, like.